Things got so messy this last episode of A Train to the End of the World, but honestly, it was needed. Spoilers ahead for episode 6. In this week's episode, there was a lot of tension between the girls, specifically between Shizuru and the rest of the girls, Narushiko, Akira, and Remy. Girls finally confront Shizuru and are like, yo, what happened with you and Yoka, and why did she actually end up leaving Agano? Through flashbacks and Shizuru's retelling, we learned that her and Yoka got into basically an argument when Shizuru shut down Yoka's dreams. I won't lie to you guys, this was such a hard watch because Shizuru lets it in on Yoka, telling her that her dream is nice, but she's not good enough to do this dream of being in astronomy and a scientist. It's really hard. Yoka should shoot down and remain regular, and she doesn't need to leave Agano. And just kept piling it on about how this dream is unachievable. And immediately as a viewer, I know in my heart of hearts that Shizuru was just bluffing and she didn't really mean these things, but she doesn't want to lose her best friend Yoka. And unfortunately for Shizuru, after this encounter, Yoka leaves and the events, take place, and now 2 years have gone by. And I love that upon hearing the story, the other girls are understanding. They're not immediately shaming Shizuru. They are calling her out and telling her what she did was wrong, but they're also letting her know that it may not be too late to make amends with Yoka. For me, the friendship angle has been one of my favorite parts to watch in this show because it really shows how complicated friendships are and the fact that sometimes you do have to call out your friends for being shitty friends. Shizuru on this entire trip has been a shitty friend, and I love that Nadeshiko reached the boiling point where she confronts her about it, and it still is very kind, and you could tell that Nadeshiko is coming from a place of love, but she's also letting her know, like, Shizuru, like, what is up? Like, you have been treating us terribly this entire time, and you're trying to keep saying, like, nobody has forced us to come on here, but that isn't exactly fair. Moving forward, it's going to be interesting to see this dynamic because Shizuru knows that she's wrong, but she's just kind of really in it, and she's gotten herself to this point where she can't climb out of what she's done and the things that she said. At least she doesn't see it that way. But fingers crossed that they work this out because I hate when the family is fighting.